We're back in the Gunners Club.
Yeah, we are back in the Gunners Club.
Do you know what woke is?
Well, no. Well, sort of now, but
Sort of now.
but before, no. It was a funny thing. I consider myself awake to a lot of the BS that's going on in the world. And when I first heard the term woke, I thought it meant me. I said to my wife, I'm woke, I'm awake to their stuff, I've woken. I know all the ins and outs of that. No, you got it all wrong. It's a total opposite now. Woke is a different agenda. And so I've been slowly learning what woke means. But anyway, does this pass the pub test?
It is. That's what we're talking about. But I thought I'd put it to you because there's a lot of people just like you who don't really get or come to terms, well, especially from our generation.
Yep.
What the hell is this woke crap? Really?
What's going on?
Yeah. More importantly, why is it going on?
True.
And do you realise that it's only been going on 10, maximum 15 years, I reckon?
Yep. And I think it's climbing rapidly.
Yeah.
It's leading to self-censoring, especially on the social medias. If you're not towing the line and you're steering in a different direction, you might be put in Facebook jail or whatever the likes are. But, yeah.
Or if you're in Britain, in real jail.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, no.
That's actually been coming out right now.
Yeah. If you put something on Facebook in Britain that happens not to agree with some people, they actually knock on your door and say, hello.
Yeah.
You're coming with us, sunshine.
Yep. So is that a democratic society or is that a communist society?
Yeah.
How far are we going here with this so-called free speech and hurting one's feelings?
Oh, hurting one's feelings.
Yeah. So back in our day, there was a sticks and stones may break your bones.
Yeah.
Words will never hurt us. But it seems today, no, we've got to be very mindful and careful of all the audience members out there, who the public are, what they stand for, and you can't say anything wrong. Otherwise, you are...
Otherwise, I'm offended.
That's right.
I'm offended.
Offended. Yeah. Do you realise you can be offended and you can still live quite happily? You don't wake up with leprosy or anything like that. You actually just go, okay, I don't agree with that. But now it's called an offence.
Yeah.
So I've committed the offence, have I? Because you're offended?
But I don't get it because it's so subjective. I mean, what may offend you doesn't offend me.
True.
So who's the arbiter on, hang on, if he's not offended either, so we got to draw a line. Who's the person drawing that line to say, well, this is offensive or not? Who makes that decision? And based on what?
Well, I think the current term, they're called fact checkers now.
Fact checkers. Hang on, sorry. Did you say fat checkers? Hey, are you fat shaming someone?
What, did I offend you? But where are the fact checkers getting their facts? And I think they've actually come out and told them it was their opinion.
Yeah.
Just their opinion.
That's right. That actually happened in the US, and there was an inquiry, a Facebook inquiry, where they brought one of these not a fact checker, but
Brought it to light.
But the person who was in charge of this group of fact checkers.
Okay.
And she was quizzed on, whether she had a medical degree or whether, she was a practicing physician or whatever the hell it was, because a PhD professor in medicine put up a post in Facebook and it was taken down because apparently it was misinformation. So she was questioned on whether she had a medical degree or any of her team that took this post down had a medical degree to be able to contest the veracity of what this professor posted,
Yep.
and none of them did. So she was then asked, well, in that case, on what basis did you remove that post?
Yeah.
And she had absolutely no answer.
Well, the truth would be her employer. Her employer's got the guidelines. So
Yeah.
whoever their employer is, they've got a guideline they have to stick to. And that's the fact.
And that's straight up censorship. So no more free speech, guys,
That's right.
except on this channel.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm old enough to not give a shit.
Yes. Yeah. So what else have we got to talk about on this woke subject?
Well, we got a whole bunch of stuff. We got a cheat sheet over here. Identity politics. Cultural appropriation.
Whose culture?
Well, this is it, okay? You're going to a dress-up party, okay, to a friend's place, like you all do. You can't wear a toga now. You're not a Roman. What makes you think you're allowed to wear a toga? You can't wear a sombrero.
All right.
When was the last time you were a Mexican?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, I like my tequila, but does that make me a Mexican?
Well, I like chicken curry. Can I wear a turban?
Well, you can't even nug it up anymore either.
Oh, Sam Newman got in trouble for that.
How ridiculous are we getting with this stuff?
Yes. Yep.
It's just nonsense.
Where does it end?
And universities.
Oh.
Universities.
Oh, yep.
It is a scandal. It really is. University, a place supposedly of higher learning, freedom of expression of ideas and throwing it backwards and forwards between people that are opening their minds and being able to think for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And yet they're being taught this shit. How you know, and they're getting university places based on their ethnicity as opposed to the merit. You're a black person. Let's say you're an Aboriginal person, and you go to you want to apply to Melbourne Uni for whatever the bloody course you want to do.
Yep.
So just so long as it's not lesbian dance theory, okay? I draw the line there. All right.
Yeah, I'm with you. I will get in.
Yeah.
I will get in.
Yeah. Okay, you'll get in over me, who is a white Caucasian person, even though we may have the exact same marks,
Yep.
but you'll get preference over me simply because of your skin colour.
Because they might want X amount of people that look that way walking around the campus.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, because we need a diversity.
Diversity, yep.
Diversity.
So, and that's the way in jobs too. It's no different from the mining sector here in Australia. They will get a job easier than a white person just because they want so many First Australians, Aboriginals, whatever you want to call them. They will get preferential treatment over us.
Try booking into a dentist at the dental hospital.
All right. You need teeth though.
That's good. Well, I can take them out and give it to them. No shit. No, a friend of mine actually tried this.
All right.
It is very well known that if you happen to be an Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander,
Oh, yep.
and you go to the dental hospital, and I believe this is all hospitals, not just a dental hospital. It's just that he was giving me this anecdote about the dental hospital. He went there, and he had bad abscess. Anyway, it needed to come out. It was bad. There was a 6-month waiting list
All right.
to get in.
Wow.
Imagine being in pain for that long. But anyway, forget that. So a 6-month waiting list to get into the dental hospital. So they said, well, one way or another, you're not going to get in unless you fill out the form. He filled out the form, and there was a box there. Are you
Tick.
Are you an
Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander?
Yeah, like that. All you have to do is tick the box.
Yep.
There was no questions asked
Yep.
because they can't
it's-
question you.
Yes. Yep.
In other words, do you identify within yourself as an Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander?
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
So there it is. It's tick the box. It's Well, we didn't realise that. I'm sorry, sir. You
Come
can
right
come
through.
straight through. Yeah.
You're joking.
Are you serious?
Wow. I might try that.
Yeah. I reckon I'm going to do that as a matter of course from now on. How? It's madness.
Look, they push equality. I'm all for equality, but how is that equal?
Exactly.
How is that equal? I think that's what the majority of maybe only our era, I don't know, would be angry about. There's this so-called woke generation that's obviously younger than us. Yes, I suppose you can still have woke elderly. They might be classed as hippies. I don't know.
I think that's probably what they did call them back then, yes. Yeah.
But, it doesn't seem fair.
Virtue signalling.
What is that?
What is that? Virtue signalling. I'm reading off a cheat sheet over here, okay? There is so many angles to this thing, we just can't keep up anymore, okay? Is the prevalence of virtue signalling where companies and individuals make symbolic gestures to appear progressive, okay? Sometimes without meaningful action behind them.
Give me an example.
Okay, the AFL having the what is it called? That round, the Aboriginal round.
I don't know. I don't watch much football.
Okay, well there's a particular round of football once a year where it's dedicated
Just for them.
Really? Right? Okay, and good on them.
Yep.
I have no issue with that whatsoever.
Yep.
By all means. Why are they singled out? Why isn't there one for Polish people? Why isn't there one for Hungarian people? Why isn't there one for Chinese people?
Yeah.
Why are they so special?
Yeah. True. I mean,
that's just one example.
Yeah. Yep. How far do you go? Safe spaces.
Yeah.
We've got safe spaces down here. I do remember the growing trend where somebody would feel offended or in which way they were thinking, and they would have to create a safe space in the school.
In case you microaggress them. Microaggressions. Do you remember microaggressions?
Yes.
You don't actually have to be aggressive.
Oh, it's just a micro.
Yeah, in other words,
The old poof teeth.
Yeah, a fairy's foreskin, right?
So they've got a little room to themselves. They can just
to chill
time.
out, to lower the blood pressure, because I've been micro offended.
Right.
Aggressively offended.
Okay.
You know?
Right.
Wow.
Wow.
I thought that's another thing, is the safe spaces. Do you know that Abraham Lincoln, we're talking America here, Abraham Lincoln fought a war, the American Civil War, based on a number of political issues, but one of the primary ones was slavery. And they'd done away with slavery. Slavery.
Tasted nice.
Yeah. And then later on, as years progressed, they wound back all these institutional business of trying to separate the blacks from the whites.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
Segregation, in other words.
Yep.
Right? Where, a black woman could only sit in the back of the bus. They couldn't sit in the front of the bus, and so on.
They had different toilets.
That's different water fountains, all that.
Yep, I remember that.
In America, in universities now, they are now bringing back blacks-only dormitories.
Wow.
So
Wow.
So hang on. So
right.
Back in the JFK era, when they abolished segregation,
Yep. And become
it
equal,
became law. And,
we're going back there.
Yeah, now we're going back there, back to the Jim Crow era, where you can have a black-only dormitory.
Well, Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that sort of begs a question. Is there a whites-only dormitory as well? Or is it blacks in one area and everybody else in the other? I wonder. I don't know.
If the blacks choose to mix with the whites, they can, but there is a predominantly black area.
Yeah.
They can choose.
Oh, I don't know.
But we can't. A white person can't?
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't know. That doesn't seem equality to me. I'd feel left out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why can't I go in there?
It's
What if I do this identify as?
I never thought of that.
Yes, I mean that's growing.
Yeah,
Is that part that does that part of the woke? Is that classify as woke if I identify as one the same?
hang on. If you're a Mexican,
Yes.
does that mean you're in the black side or the white side? Because you're sort of brown.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You know, I'm just
Yeah.
wondering. So, if for me as a
Kamala
white,
Harris.
yeah, well, who knows what she is? So hang on. So does that mean that me as a white person, if I do cultural appropriation and wear a sombrero,
Yeah.
and if I'm that means I'm identifying as a Mexican,
Yeah.
can I go then into that black dormitory?
Well, because if you're got a person of colour,
Yeah.
any time of in my book, any shade of colour is colour.
This is true.
Any shade.
So does my lily-white ass? Does that count as a colour?
I think you might have to go to a nude beach once in a while to get that shade of colour up. Yeah. But yeah, it doesn't seem right. Doesn't sit well with me. I don't agree with it. I fully agree with equality. I think we've come a long way in the decades of our past, all for the better. But it seems we are going backwards. Seems we are making one above the other. Is that right?
We're doing this in a very light-hearted way and we joke around and muck around, but it's a very serious topic. And it's just going crazy. I can't believe where we are heading.
Yep.
It's 2024.
Yep.
I thought we were progressing.
Yep. It seems to be dividing. And I think that's one of the terms that used to be used back in the day. It's divide and conquer. So if the masses are actually split in a lot of different ways, you will fight each other and argue each other instead of the ones pulling the strings, which is pumping this woke business up and allowing this to happen because they're sitting back basically watching us attack each other.
Yeah, it's like, look over here, this is where your attention needs to be.
Yep.
Not over here where you're busy trying to pay your rent and pay your electricity bill and don't worry about the fact that, that shit's gone haywire. But if you look over here, that's where the problem is. We'll create a problem for you to look at.
Yep.
We'll do that.
Yeah, that's true. Not good. What else we got? Is there anything else?
Is there anything? Yeah, mate, there's so
this
much
could
to
go
cover.
on. Yeah.
Well, we a lot, like around 15 odd minutes to this sort of thing. There is that much to cover. And we don't bog you down with too many numbers and facts and shit. It's just common sense, really. Back in the day when life was simpler.
Yep.
And we didn't have to contend with this crap.
And if you do go outside the boundaries and you are normally a outspoken person, do you think this is causing you to be self-censoring yourself? So you'll be attacked for your opinion, and next time you go to open your mouth, you'll go, oh, I better not say that because of what happened last time.
Yep.
Well, that's self-censoring. So then basically you're being oppressed. That's free speech, that's putting your opinion out there. You're not really attacking anyone, you're just telling them that's how you grew up.
And that's your opinion.
Yep.
And you're allowed to have an opinion.
Yeah. Well, or are you? Or are you? Yeah. So I think that's what it's all about, this woke business. They can identify as and do whatever they want to do. That's fine. But I don't agree with the majority of what they stand for, because I think we're going backwards in the way humanity should be going forward.
Correct. So that only leaves one last question.
Okay.
Do you reckon this whole woke thing passes the pup test? Because I reckon it really is just backwards. It really is. It's backwards.
Yeah. I don't agree with it. Up to you guys. What do you reckon?
Let us know. Give us some comments. If you disagree with us, tell us that as well. We're open to that. I mean, we'll sit back and laugh at you. Because we can.
But we'll listen and we won't be offended.
Yeah. Oh, well, I might be. I'm allowed to be offended because I'm a soft cock and I'm allowed to be offended. Catch you on the next one, guys.